Okay, right. Swapping your driving test with another learner driver. Guys, this is proper detailed. Oh my goodness. This is so, you're going to have to listen. You may be able to swap your car driving test with another learner driver by phone if both already have a test booked and want each other's test slot. Blah, blah, blah. What a driving test swap is. Swapping is different from changing your test. You are not finding a new date or time. You and another learner driver are exchanging your existing bookings with each other. Swapping your driving test counts as one of the two changes that you're allowed to make. Who can swap a driving test? From the 12th of May, 2026, you can only swap your own car driving test with another learner driver. You must both want to swap to each other's exact test date, time, and test center. And then there's an exclamation mark with blatantly the wrong date on it. From the 12th of May 2026, that's supposed to say, you are not allowed to change, swap, or cancel a driving test for somebody else. Check if you can swap. You can swap your car driving test with another learner driver if all of the following apply. Right, listen up, peeps. How many changes have you got left? You both need at least one of your two allowed changes available. You cannot swap if either of you have used both changes. When your tests are booked, you must request the swap at least 10 full working days before the earliest of the two tests. Monday to Saturday count as working days. Sunday and public holidays do not count. Where your tests are booked. Before the 9th of June 2026, you can swap a test with a learner booked at any driving test centre. From the 9th of June 2006, you can only swap with a learner driver whose test is booked at either the same test centre as you, one of the three nearest test centres to you, the test centre you first booked at. Check that both your test centres meet this location rule before you call the DVSA. A swap can only go ahead if the location rule is met for both of you. What type of test have you booked? You can only swap with a learner who has the same type of test booking as you. This means weekday tests, the £62 one, can only swap with other weekday tests. An evening, weekend and bank holiday test, which is the £75 one, can only swap with the same. Tests given extra time due to disability, health conditions or learning difficulty can only swap with the same. Extended tests, driving tests for disqualified drivers on weekdays, which is 124, can only swap with the same. Extended driving tests for disqualified drivers at evenings, weekends and bank holiday, which is the 151, can only swap with the same. I mean, that's near to impossible, isn't it, to find that? Check your driving instructors are available. Before making the swap, both of you should check with your driving instructors that they agree that you will be ready to take the test on the date that you're swapping to. Guys, do that. All right, you and your driving instructors, you're a team, yeah? If you fail or get to, basically we're on a triggering system. So if you get more than 6 minors, your driving instructor gets triggered. If you get serious and dangerous, you get a trigger. Your driving instructor gets a trigger. Yeah, your driving instructor may not actually allow you to take their car because they don't think that you're ready. You're a team. Yeah, you can't really just say my test is next week to a driving instructor. It's not fair. Yeah, you're a team. You can't do that to your driving instructor because they have to do exams to prove their worth and that they're doing their job correctly. Do you know what I mean? Because you're a team, yeah. Make sure that they will be available to take you to your driving test on that date, time and test centre that you're swapping to. How to swap your driving test. You can only swap your driving test by phone. You cannot do it online, by email, by web chat, by text message, using the DVSA WhatsApp account, using DVSA social media accounts. You both need to be available at the same time to speak to the Driver and Vehicle Standard Agency, DVSA. You do not need to be together, as the DVSA will call the other learner. What you need before you call, make sure you have your own driving licence number, your own driving test booking reference number, the details of the payment card you use to book your test. You do not need this if your driving instructor booked the test for you before the rules changed. Details about the driving tests you've taken before. The person who calls the DVSA will also need the other learner's learner driver's driving, the person who calls the DVSA will also need the other learner's driver's driving test booking reference number. To make the swap, DVSA will never ask you for your payment cards. Shall I just start that again? Right, I'm starting that again. That was absolutely terrible. I'm reading that again. What you need before you call, make sure you have your own driving license number, your own driving test booking reference number, the details of the payment card you used before you booked your test. You do not need this if your driving instructor booked the test before the rules changed. Details about any driving test that you've taken before. The person who calls the DVSA will also need the other learner's driving test booking reference number, because that's how they get the phone number of the other person that you're swapping to. To make the swap, DVSA will never ask you for payment cards, the full details of your bank cards or security code. Fine, yeah. To protect your personal data, never give your driving license number, theory test, pass certificate number, address, phone number, email address, or payment card details to another learner driver. Guys, this is freaking me out. This bit freaks me out. I really hope that my video gets to everybody before. Do not give your details to any stranger that is trying to just say that they're changing your test. That is unnecessary. You don't need it. The only thing that you need of the other person, if you're phoning the DVSA, is their booking reference number, and the DVSA will call them. All right? Data protection. What to do before you call. Check that your driving test booking has your correct phone number and email address. Yeah, so this is basically what you need to do if the contact details are wrong. DVSA will use the contact details on your booking to complete the swap. Updating your contact details does not use one of your available changes. So if you need to do this, sign in with your driving license number and booking reference number. On the View Bookings page, select Change next to Candidate Details. Enter your address, email address, and telephone number, and save for that changes. How the call works. Do not call unless both of you are free to take part in the call. You need to make sure that both of you are going to be available at 5 p.m. or not 5 p.m. because they'd be shut by then. Roz, come on. Make sure that you're available at 12 or whatever, both of you at the same time, so they can phone both of you at the same time, okay? But you do not give any details to the stranger that you might be talking to, or even your mate or your school friend. You don't need to do any of that. The DVSA does that for you. Do not call unless you are both free to take part in the call. One of you calls the DVSA to request the swap. 2, DVSA completes security checks with the person who called. You must confirm you agree to the swap. 3, you give the DVSA the other learner's driving booking reference number. That's the only thing that you need of the other person. That's the only thing that you need. You will not be asked for their name or their contact details. 4, DVSA puts you on hold and calls the other learner driver. DVSA will only call them on the phone number that's recorded for their booking. It will not accept a different number from you. 5, DVSA will complete security checks with the other learner driver. They must confirm they agree to the swap. 6, DVSA returns to you and completes the swap. The DVSA will not complete the swap if either of you fails the security check, does not agree to a legal declaration, does not agree for the swap to go ahead, has already used both of the 2 allowed changes. DVSA will not be able to complete the swap if the learner driver you're swapping with does not answer the phone. The phone number for the learner driver you're swapping with is wrong on the booking service. Both of your driving tests will stay the same if that's the case. After you've swapped, once the swap is complete, you will have the other learner's driving original test date, time, and test centre. Sorry, it's running out of battery. Where were we? Sorry. After you have swapped, once the swap is complete, you will have the other learner driver's original driving test date, time, and test centre. They will have yours. Both booking records will be updated. Make sure you note the details of your new test slot after the call. You will keep your booking reference number. It will stay the same. Your payment details, any special requirements you added to your booking, and you will not get an email confirmation. But the next reminder email you get from the DVSA about your tests will have the new details. Okay, guys, I hope that covers all your new questions about it. And I'm sorry it was so long, but that's everything that you need to know. Okay, do not give your details out to anyone. You only need the booking reference number of the other learner driver if you're doing a swap. Okay, don't give out your information, please and carrots. All right, have a nice day.